realms. I think matrix എന്ന് പറയുന്നതായിരിക്കും കുറച്ചും കൂടി easy because realms എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ it has a bigger perspective. I see more of matrix, like each one inside the matrix behave and operate based on what the matrix needs to sustain. I thought I would have my own matrix. Cannot be explained. Any matrix cannot be explained because if you want to experience that matrix, you have to be part of that matrix. That's how every matrix works. One matrix cannot be explained to the other guy who is not willing to be part of that matrix.
So to each person it's different.
Generally, there are made up matrices for the society, I guess. Most of the people are just playing wherever they are in that matrix. So if they are in a matrix of corporates, they think, behave, eat that way. So if you are in another matrix, like for example, you are in a matrix of people who don't know when you would get next dinner, like you would have a certain pattern or certain behaviors to match that matrix so that you can go forward. And the experience is subjective, definitely. But if you are someone who knows this, a lot of people don't know this matrix exists and in which matrix they are in and what is the difference of other matrices. And even if other matrix exists, അതറിയാത്തതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് they are not able to connect or relate, or at least sometimes they are not even trying to explore. There are other metrics exists. Most of the time they are like endometrics and kilometrics. I mean, there are a lot of ambassadors for the metrics. For some metrics, there are, I mean, most of them. I don't know if you're getting the understanding of a matrix from a higher perspective. It's like you're looking at the world and the world has circles inside it, and each circle represents a matrix. And if you look at it, there are millions of them. And you can see people are changing their experience of life from one matrix to another matrix if they want to. And you can see there are matrix has been made new. പുതിയ മെട്രിക്സ് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, പഴയത് ഡിസോൾവ് ആവുന്നു, പുതിയതുണ്ടാകുന്നു. പഴയതിനെ ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി കുറേ പേർ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നു, പുതിയതിനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ വേണ്ടി കുറേ പേർ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നു. And everything comes down to who's getting benefited if they can build a matrix and exploit lives. Ultimately, ഏതാണ് ഉദ്ദേശം? Control people. How I can control them easily? Easiest way of controlling.
Side of the matrix.
That is the only way you can experience life. The otherwise you are not experiencing life, you are experiencing a matrix. That is not life. That is a life of someone else's life of someone else's life of someone else. Actual life is outside the matrix. Maybe sometimes life is the journey against the matrix, journey, or the experience of getting out of the matrix is itself is life for a lot of people. And they could never get out of it, but they'll keep trying, and sometimes they do. Most of the times they don't, because that's how these metrics are designed. And I think to get out of it, or even try to get out of it, thinking to get out of it is madness, is what they call it. Is if someone is trying to do that, make sure he's not uh, make sure he's not been given hope that it exists. Tell him that it doesn't exist. It's just you are just going to another matrix, is what they used to say. പക്ഷേ out of the matrix എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സംഭവമില്ല, ആക്ച്വലി ഇല്ല, if you ask me. But out of the matrix is sometimes this journey of getting out of the matrix. So now I think overall experience would be you be creating your own matrix, and what kind of state that you want to be in that matrix. Most people share matrix. Sometimes they do 2 to 3 matrix they are part of. So either way, you need to experience life. Anyways, is the point. The point is that you have to experience life in any way. I mean, if you are alive, then you are experiencing your life anyways. Even if you don't just want to do anything, you're still doing something. Life is basically you get lonelier as you grow. That's one way of saying what's life. It's someone who has been, I don't know, born into thinking they got everybody to realizing they got only themselves. അല്ലേ? The question is if you are liking that experience. Do you like it? Are you able to live with that experience? Are you be able to look at you and be happy about yourself? I don't know, words ഭയങ്കര കുറവാ. There are not enough words to add in to make it the way I want to convey. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് ഹാപ്പി എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ വേർഡ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. And you need to just understand how small, how limited the words are. I mean, you cannot. It's a beautiful game, right? It's a fucking beautiful game. That the idea of living itself is there is only one rule: go to like live on Earth and dream big and do something, do everything, do put hard work and learn things and produce, mm, get married and all that shit. But there's only one problem: you could die tomorrow. I mean, what bullshit is that? Basic rule of the game: you will die. There's no doubt for anybody for that matter. But the catch is you don't know when. Who the fuck designs a game like that, man? Come on. I,
Is it designed to lose?
I don't design to make fun of people for sure, because it's so stupid, so stupid.
But who's laughing?
I have no idea, but there are people laughing. I'm sure there are. That's something I'm sure about. Somebody is laughing. It's not people. That's the lack of word. I don't know who's laughing, but someone is not the word. Something, but laughing is there. And
God laughing.
I don't know. God is trying to make that experience worthy, I guess, with all the beautiful nature and the rain. And I mean, I'm looking at the life's other things. Okay, where are we living? The question, and that answer is beautiful. That answer is you when you feel as a kid. ഇപ്പോൾ ചെറിയ കുട്ടികളായിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ when they look at waterfall, when they look at sky, they feel a sense of connection, like feels familiar, or that wonder ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. ഓ ആ സാധനം അത് കിഡായിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും. And even that is there when you are an adult also. As even if you are done with your experiences in the earth, looking at another sunset will be will be completely a new experience. I'm talking about the experience in terms of emotional experience, because it comes with a lot of other things as well. The state of mind, where are you there, what's happening with your life, everything.
Who are the fools?
Who are not thinking, who are just following. They are. Sometimes they choose to do that because that is their way of experiencing. Our choice are not. It's not a foolish choice. Is what I think. That's a smart choice, because you recognize yourself as the head of the matrix. Why do you want to lose that when you have a lot of privilege, and when you have lot of people that you can control and can benefit it from? Human instinct and our. I'm not talking about this is good or bad. As a human, he would like, oh yeah, I'm this now. Yeah, why not? I'll just keep doing this. What the fuck? There is nothing. So he's thinking, but in a very. That's not how we're supposed to think. അങ്ങനെ തിങ്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടെന്നാ പറഞ്ഞ. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ദാറ്റ്. അങ്ങനെയാണ് മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദി ആൾക്കാർ, ഐ ഗസ്. And they're figuring out. Everybody's figuring out. Oh, the beautiful thing about life, once you are experiencing it, you won't be able to understand it. The understanding comes after the experience. What? I mean, the only thing that will make you feel excited about life is I won't say music, but I would say vibrations. Music is also a vibration, but there are similar kind of vibration that you could be around and feel something inside you. That's worthy. Going to a mountain and what river and rain and everything organic has an impact on the experience of life. And that is the true experience. That is the experience we all should chase for, at least for some extent, because a big group, or what do you call, there is a huge effort happening from somewhere to make sure that that organic experience is not reaching to the people. Because when you have that organic experience reaching to the people, people would vibrate in a very authentic and natural way of expressing. And that is hard to manipulate, that's hard to utilize. That is where people won't be able to control. They won't be able to control these kind of people who vibrate in the natural state, who vibrate in the most humanic state of being. And those who are controlling the people, they don't want that vibration to ever experienced by a human being. And they would do 100 million things to make sure that vibration is not reaching them, or even they would never experience that vibration exists within them. So they use distractions. They constantly work for new ways of making people distracted. It's mostly most of the ആൾക്കാർ ഡിസ്ട്രാക്ട് ആവുന്നല്ല കേട്ടോ. They realize there is no choice but to bow down to the matrix. For them it's impossible to get out of it. Most of them, that's the thing. And they look around and they see hundreds of people like that. So there is no need to get out. Like, why do you want to get out? That, I mean, it's not possible for them. That's the simple answer. It's not, they cannot. So that's where I understood most people cannot get out of the matrix. So to be able to get out of the matrix is a privilege. To be able to think that you don't have to live in a matrix is a privilege. Most people cannot. So, yeah. Yes, എത്ര നേരമായി?